the big baseline attack. From the front to the back, shuffle to the groove of the bassline smack. 4x4, rhythm on the track. Back with the big bassline attack. Shuffle to the, shuffle to the, shuffle to the, shuffle to the groove of the bassline smack.
Bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass. DJ, give me that bass rock, bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass. DJ, give me that bass rock, bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass. DJ, give me that bass rock, bass rock, bass rock. DJ, give me that bass rock, that bass rock, that bass.
I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I drop the top when I'm in it. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I said fire to the roof, boy. I might as well do it just a little bigger than I said fire to the roof, boy. I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it. I said fire to the roof, boy. I might as well do it just a little bigger than I said fire to the roof, boy. I'll be coming up hot for a minute. Everybody know the drop when I'm in it.
Hello everybody, we are here with the final 4 games left for Foxnyr. It is 2 games against IntSport and then next weekend 2 games against Ace. And hopefully well, let's be honest, we desperately need some wins. And of course today I'm not alone here, I've got my old friend Onuris with me. How are you doing today?
Algorithm, I am pretty good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing, but you know what? I would do way better if our boys get, I hope 2 Ws today. I mean, I would also be kind of happy with 1, because next weekend it is, we have to be honest here, right? It's the dumpster team derby right now, because yeah, Ace also did not have the brightest season so far. We did not have the brightest season so far. But focusing on today, IntSport, I think they look beatable, but of course they are a tough opponent. Let's be honest here.
Yeah, definitely. I think they are like spot number 2 so far in the league, so it's gonna be hard, but I trust in the boys to get some points here.
Exactly. Now, tell us a little bit, you know, how, or let's say, where are you league-wise? I know you haven't been playing a lot lately, but I remember you as a pretty strong coach, you know, and Theorycraft expert here. What is your history with League right now? Just so all the viewers know, you know, where we're at.
Yeah, sure. I started playing in season 2, I believe, like 2011, 2012, around that time. Pretty much when Maokai was released. I started just playing for fun, as we all do, and got into some clans, some teams, and later on tried to coach some. And then my way was like, hit by some duck teams, Dynamite Ducks and Dynamic Ducks back in the day. And then I started coaching, doing the things you said, and yeah, here I am now. I think I'm stuck at Emerald or something. I hit Diamond 1 way back in the day, but that's like long gone.
Well, but that's why you are our expert for today, and I'm the little screaming ape. Have I told you about that metaphor yet?
Not at all, no.
Okay, yeah, I usually say, you know, if we talk about how do we split the jobs, you know, in like traditional sport as well, but also in esport, we usually have the play-by-play caster. That's me today, and he's like the little ape in the laboratory, and he screams around, you know, he's like, woo, woo, ow! And then you have the expert, you have the scientist, and he starts to explain why the monkey gets excited, you know? He's like, well, that was a genius play, and that is why the monkey got excited, because that flank was just amazing, you know? That's basically how the dynamic works between two casters.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, I think I can do the scientific part. That's kind of my job. Anyway, yeah.
Exactly. Nice. So I can see that we see the first readies in the chat. And now, of course, my first question always, depending on patch, but also depending on personal philosophy almost, we will be on the red side. Now, do you have a favorite side to draft and why?
Oh, that's a good question. I think right now red side is a little bit favored, especially because we have a lot of stable mid laners in the meta, and I think counter picking for top lane is quite important. But it definitely depends on the teams and what they are not just capable of doing, but also what is in their wheelchair, I'd say.
Okay, so guys,
Yeah.
you heard our boy Onuris. He said red is a little bit of a better choice right now, and of course our coaching staff has to agree there. We are choosing red side indeed. Now, yeah, we have seen a lot of Corki Tristana mid lane in like a super high level pro play, and we see the Tristana banned already, so that's an interesting one for sure.
Yeah, definitely a good choice. Tristana is kind of the go-to mid lane pick in this meta, I feel like. She's kind of a lane bully, she scales amazingly, and she's always safe in lane, especially in mid lane. I don't think there's like a big contest so far. Corki seems strong, but kind of gets outranged, and yeah. Both are gone now, so I feel like we might see some mages or maybe an Ezreal Lucian here.
Oh yeah, this it's so weird. It feels like season 1 all over again, right? With those Tristana mid lanes, Corki mid lanes, and then sometimes even Lucian or something mid lane.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, and there we see the Senzao hover. It's always interesting. Do you personally go for a classic AD Bruiser jungle and then with a classic mage mid lane, or do you go with this weird combo that we have? But yeah, Tristana Corki's banned, so the AD mid, of course, and the AP jungle a bit crippled right now.
Yeah, I definitely feel that way. It might come to Lucian or Ezreal, as I said, if they want to pick the Lilia or the, yeah, whatever they feel like in the jungle right now, maybe Nidalee. And here we see the Ezreal. Let's see if he goes mid lane or if he stays in his traditional role. That's yet to see, I guess.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's also the preferable pick here to stay flexible, right? Like Xin Zhao, let's be honest, he has to go jungle. Like, yeah, in theory, you can do funny stuff with him on top lane and mid. And to be fair, we have played, I'm talking about it, we have played Nidalee mid lane so far, this split. We have played...
Oh yeah,
Yeah, that hasn't worked, you have seen that. But we have also successfully played the Jarvan mid lane in the playoffs to Division 3, and that one actually worked. That one actually stomped. And yeah, that's why, you know, I still trust our guys to maybe do some weird G2 like strats and, you know, but yeah. Okay, let's recap a little bit. Xin Zhao, and I feel like the answer to Xin Zhao is the Nocturne. And then we have Ezreal still as a flex, and then we have the Jinx as an ADC. So, do you have a favorite so far, just from those first picks?
Depends heavily on whether they draft Ezreal into the bot lane or not. I don't feel like Ezreal and Nocturne does a lot in mid-jungle duo. They're both AD, they both don't really get great setup. I'm not sure about that Gren, but she definitely brings some AP damage to the table here. Jinx and Milio definitely stay safe, so we might have to try and bully them out of lane. So, yeah, Karma's not that strong right now, but yeah, here it comes. Okay, yeah. Then it should be Ezreal Karma bot lane, I guess. Better than mid lane, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. But to be fair, it makes the banning phase quite a bit harder. So, do you think it could, I don't know, into some matchups be Karma top or weird stuff like that? Or are you certain that it should be Ezreal Karma bot lane and why?
I mean, it could be Karma top lane, especially against some bruises that can't reach her. Maybe against the Renekton or something. Oh yeah, the Gren ban makes a lot of sense. They saw it hovered. I don't think you leave Ezreal without a Karma bot here. He shouldn't be going mid lane with Nocturne, and if you go bot with him against Jinx, you need a lane bully. So Karma is one of the few good lane bullies left in the meta, I feel like. Yeah, I would draft her support, but I don't know what they're capable of doing, and if they like to switch it up a little bit, play the wild card, so to say. But I could see it just being a very standard draft. Yeah, play a hyper carry in mid lane and then go with the tank top. That should be the go-to, I guess.
The hovers are confusing, that's for sure. Cassiopeia and Rice hover. Okay, let's just wait it out. Maybe they're spelling out something. Wait, Cassiopeia, Rice, C, R... And then it's the... What is
What is going on? What is going on?
Wait, that has to be AP Kog'Maw in mid lane, right?
That should be it, yeah.
Or it's the Ezreal in... I mean, okay, I have one question. If you have Kog'Maw and you build him with this typical attack speed on-hit build, you deal a lot of AP, right? So no matter where he goes, he could be a source of AP, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he does a lot of mixed damage, same as Ezreal, I guess. But it definitely lacks in the department of going through a target if they just build one kind of resistance. So, and that's a very wild team comp. The scaling is definitely in favor of INT in this case, but... Oh, the Fiora, maybe?
Okay.
That might switch things up. Camille, okay. Is it okay if I just... Yeah, go down my thoughts here?
Okay, I want to mention one thing. You know, usually it's like, okay, I'm the jungle main, and I want to talk about the junglers because we have 2 AD bruisers. Wow, much Sterak's and stuff like that. Yippee, Titanic Hydra. That's about it. So yeah, that's all. Now, of course, go over your thoughts, my friend, because that we have like 3 minutes or something with the delay, so you can go absolutely wild here.
For sure. Okay, so I think INT drafted like a pretty standard late game scaling comp, like nothing out of the ordinary. Just Ornn, Azir, Jinx. We've seen that last season. I feel like a billion times. While the ADCs were just hyper scaling. But on the other hand, the Kog'Maw mid is pretty good into Azir because you outrange him early on. You have good wave clear. I like that build actually because I feel like it's kind of inevitable that you get poked out on the late game. Ezreal Karma should bully bot lane, but I don't feel like Nocturne has a lot to do. And I really like that they switched up from Kled to Camille. I would have even preferred the Fiora, I think. She could like put a little bit more pressure on the side lane with Nocturne as backup, but they definitely have to be careful because if I am INT, I only see one clear win condition, and that is just poking out mid and having the Camille destroy side lane. And if they can stop that, it seems kind of doomed. Not gonna lie.
Okay, so which like as you said, the IntSport, the INT draft, that one is kind of self-explanatory, right? We saw that one a million times. It has a ton of win cons, like the classic Azir Jinx. They need free items, Ornn with his ornament items, upgrades, everything. And they're looking pretty alright. But yeah, that's an obvious one, right? I think chat, Nuris, everybody, we can agree on this one. And now the Foxnyr draft, because it's so weird and it is so experimental, I don't really know where to put it. So do you actually think if we know how to play this draft and if we picked it in scrims already, do you think we have a good chance, or is this draft just too experimental here?
It's definitely not too experimental. It's kind of like the old Trundle Jenna poke comp with a side laner. If you remember that time where you just put 4 people mid lane and have like some kind of global to support your side laner, and you just push out waves, you put pressure on the enemy team and just try to win over side lane. I just feel it's kind of linear, so to say. Like yeah, you said it. They have like so many win cons on Azir, Jinx, Ornn that they scale insanely well. And if we let them scale too much, I think it's very hard. But I definitely think if our top laner gets ahead of the Ornn and can control side lanes, control the push on side lane to rotate over first, we definitely have a chance, yeah.
Okay, so if I'm the jungler and I go grocery shopping, you know, I have 3 ales, 3 lanes basically. I still feel like the
top, and top.
Top, and only top. Okay, okay.
Yeah, top, and top.
So you are
I think
saying,
it doesn't matter if you go bot.
So you are saying, even though, like in my book and according to my knowledge, Kog'Maw and Ezreal can still be decent win cons. So do you not agree on that, or do you just think Camille is way too important?
No, I definitely agree on that, but the way their comp kind of works, they don't have engage. And if you don't have engage, you kind of just sit in mid lane and farm in late game. And I don't think we can kind of penetrate the wave clear of Jinx and Azir, so we have to win over side lane.
Ah, I see, I see. Okay, so you mean like even if we get Ezreal and Kog'Maw ahead, they're just sieging, and yeah, even though they are ahead, if Ornn just hits everything and then Azir hits a nice shuffle and stuff like that, then do you think we can still win those, or do we really rely on the split push like 100% no matter what?
Oh no, if we get ahead very hard, we definitely have a win con just by like out-moneying our opponent, right? We can always just fly in with Nocturne and try to like assassinate targets with the high range of Ezreal and Kog'Maw. But if it ever gets to this point where it's getting kind of stale and the teams are just like sitting mid and on the lanes and trying to push in waves and trying to maneuver to the objectives, I don't think our team comp is the greatest. In terms of like, what do you call it? In terms of like forcing fights in our kind of territory. Because the engage of Ornn Xin is way better than just Nocturne turning off the lights and hoping for the best.
Exactly. Yeah, we need some choke points maybe, and you just saw one in the intro, because guys, we are finally heading into the first game of the day, in the 4th last game of the split, and hopefully we can escape the last spot on the ladder on the group. And if we can do it, well, this one is an important one. It is Foxnyr on red side, it is IntSport on the blue side. And of course, just looking at the scores, this one should be IntSport favored. But I know Foxnyr, they want to surprise us today. They have surprised me with the draft, that's for sure. Now, how are they surprising you, Honoris, with the jungle starting positions actually?
It's definitely interesting. As I said, I would have like put all the eggs into the top lane basket, but I think he might try to counter gank bot lane if Xin Zhao tries to interfere with Karma and Ezreal push. It's an interesting idea. I think it might work out because we're pretty strong early game. And as we see, Ezreal can put a lot of pressure down early game.
Oh,
nice
yeah.
trades all around. Yes, very good. So it could definitely work out, especially if we actually meet each other here. They have a ward on Raptors, if I see that correctly, so they should know where Xin Zhao is if they spotted him. Okay. That is interesting. He goes early so he can...
Wait, is he looking for an invade
Xin Zhao
here?
Yeah, he's going for an invade, I guess.
Okay, Zerberus?
I think it's... Okay, yeah.
Wait, give me a second. Who will win the smite fight though? Okay!
Oh,
this is not what we want to see. And Zerberus will get flashed on.
The hell out.
Ah, he can flash
from
away.
Milio.
Yeah.
Good play, good play. Nice wait on the flash, so he made sure he couldn't get followed. Great. At least we got the flash out of Milio. Sadly, we didn't get the red buff, but it's an interesting choice to go in there with the red buff on its own and trying to win it just by the dot alone.
So what does this mean for the game though? Now Nocturne is a bit behind in his clear, but luckily he didn't die. It's really unfortunate that he was a bit too quick on the smite, right? But does it really matter now unless Xin gets a gank off? But yeah, I think it should still be fine, right?
If Xin doesn't invade, I think it should be fine, yeah. He got his bot line a little bit ahead because Milio got chunked. He lost his flash now. He might get like focused down a little bit, but yeah, if Cerberus can clear here into getting the Scuttle Crab top side, he also gets the Raptors maybe, then it should be fine. If he gets no Scuttle Crab at all, that could be hard for him. But if I see that correctly, Camille should be able to move first. No, not really. She has her wave on her side, sadly. Yeah, I think it's a little bit unfortunate that he doesn't get a crab now, but it should be alright. He can farm back up. He has better respawn timers than Xin, so yeah.
Early crab, schmurly shrab is what I always say. You don't need that. It's not like too much, right? So mid lane, this could be an important one. Okay, Lindl forced to flash here already to not die to Cerberus here, and that could be really important once we hit level 6.
Yeah, most definitely. Great play from Inspire to be like that aggressive and bully out Lindl out of lane. He lost his flash early on. I didn't see that actually, but
it was when Xin transitioned from one scuttle to the other. He did not really respect Xin.
Oh.
He was like off timing basically. He did scuttle and then Xin waited in the bush for a while, so like pretending to backboard, I guess, you know, and getting off time and yeah. But now the most important thing is Inspire has like what is it? Half a minute to a minute on the flash timer compared to Lind.
Most definitely, yeah.
What is the name?
Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, it's a funny name. It kind of sounds like German chocolate, but yeah, I think it's not that important for kill pressure on Inspire. He shouldn't be able to, forcefully pressure Lind with the pick. Azir should be safe usually, but let's see how Cerberus can play around that and maybe use the offensive shuffle maybe to his favor. If Azir ever goes in, he might just get shut down by the good old light bulb.
Might be something. Now we are trading the dragon for the first 3. Oh, nice interrupt there. Ryuk will have a little bit more time until he is back on lane now. Okay, so of course there's also another one for the philosophy major here. The first dragon, trading it for the first 3 void grubs. Do you have any opinions on it?
Not really. I think it's a very common trade. I don't think either side has a real advantage for that. Obviously, with us spiking earlier into the game, I think getting the first Drake fast is more important than getting some void grubs here, because as I said earlier, if we just go into stalemate, no one's gonna hit any turrets. But yeah, I think it's a good trade for us in that case.
So well, talking about trading on top lane, really well played here, dodging the ult with our own ult. Ahmed trying to flash away, Darky will flash after him. Zinzao will be here in time. We get the first spot, this is an important one, but Darky will die to Koulibaly here. So it is a 1-for-1 trade, but we did get the first blood, and now the action continues on bot lane, nearsighted, and we will not be able to get this one, but we are maybe trying to follow it up. Nope, we will not, but what happened here? We got the flash from the ADC, and I think that is alright.
Yeah, most definitely. Getting Jinx's flash is definitely important in this matchup. Ezreal has yet to hit level 6. She is already level 6 because Milio roamed to mid lane. It's kind of unfortunate Xin getting ahead. Makes the life of Nocturne a little bit harder if he wants to invade. But it's great that Camille gets the lead. As I said, it's all the eggs into the Camille basket at this point. We should try to get the second Nocturne ult into top lane, and sadly the spear doesn't connect.
We are still looking for something. The heal will be used here. It is a dive. The Ezreal will deal a lot of damage, but Valentin will go down. Cerberus, he will also go down. I think he was sure that he will not escape the turret in time. And this hurts a little bit, but hey, the most important thing is still that Camille is well into this game.
Yeah, most definitely. It was a little bit of a botch dive. It's, yeah, kind of, over-aggressive
Oh no,
in
oh
my
no.
idea, but
Inspire, you have no flash and you have no friends because everybody just died, and this means it is a dead little caterpillar with a book on his back. Yeah, that's what I was a bit worried about with him not having flash up, honestly.
yeah, definitely. As I said, if Azir goes for a shuffle, it's definitely scary, but if Nocturne had his ult for this timing, he might have gotten in there. Sadly ulted bot first, Azir used this timing, and now, yeah, Inspire has to pay with his life for that.
Basically, it's a really stupid position to be in, right? Either you just give up everything on the lane and go back for like 2 waves, or you just risk it, right? And yeah, IntSport punished that really well, we gotta be honest here.
Yeah, true. Let's see. Bot lane just based. I think Ezreal doesn't have anything big in base. He now has Sheen and Halfbound X, but he's a little bit far off from Infinity Edge. Not Infinity Edge, Trinity Force, I'm sorry. What worries me the most is that Camille kind of gets out-farmed by Ornn right now. What do you think?
Yeah, that is true. That is something that is a bit weird. I mean, let's be honest here, Ornn is strong in the early game, right? He has really good base stats and he deals a lot of damage, but yeah. Like, what do you think? What do we need to hit? Well, first of all, Inspire has to make sure to not die to this gank here, but it is going to be super tough. Has his flash up again. Now on top lane, though, there is the basket again. Can we get this kill? It would be so important here. Darky is so low, talking about the base damage, and that means Cerberus has to take the kill, but still, it is a small W for us on top lane. Just have to make sure. What are we doing with the wave now? Because their IntSport's jungler wants to say hello. He wants to fight the Super Mega Death Rocket. He's also on the way onto top lane. Darky with the shield though will survive this. Melio will heal. And Darky, he did not expect the support to be all the way on top lane. And this is a sad little Alisram here. Because man, Darky dying here, that's not good for us.
Yeah, most definitely. Us losing the Void Grubs and the kill on top lane is kind of unfortunate. Melio doing a wonderful job at influencing the map over the Karma, but let's see what goes on in bot lane here. Sadly, nothing but a little bit of poke, yeah. Kind of a rough spot right now. We have no flashes besides Ezreal. And the next Drake fight is gonna come up in just a few seconds. Let's see what we do with that.
Oh man, so Inspire has no flash again, Nocturne has no ult, and yep, I know what is going to happen here. Inspire, he has no counterplay to it. I mean, tell me what you want, but what can you do against it? You cannot just drop every wave as long as Nocturne has no ult, right? It's just annoying.
Yep, that's the problem with those immobile mages, and well, let's count AP Kog'Maw to those, because he's kind of
we get the dragon. Okay, that is important.
We get the Drake, that's important, yeah.
Cerberus will die. Full engine. How? Will he get it out somehow? How? Maybe. Nope. Nope. Goodbye.
I like the somehow, yeah.
6
Sadly
kills on
not.
the Sin, by the way. Oh my god.
Oh god, yeah. That is not just worrisome, that is brutal.
Wait, how much gold does he have? He has 2k gold, by the way. Wait, are you familiar with spectate tool controls?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got that.
Perfect. But yeah.
Yeah, we're gone.
No, you go on.
It's a roughie. We're 800 gold or like 700 gold down in mid lane. We're 2000 gold pretty much down in jungle. And we don't really have like a strong point right now on the map. Camille needs some items before she starts really bullying Ornn in the side lane, so most likely a Hydra or something along those lines. And Xin might just go on a rampage now. Let's see what he gets.
Well, to be honest, I mean, Xin should fall off at one point, right? I mean, he has his ult, he will press R, he will shout, and then he will be invulnerable for a few moments. But I still feel like if the Kog'Maw and the Ezreal, if they hit their free items as well, they should be able to melt him. But of course, the big problem is, as long as Xin is ahead and he can transition this lead to his lanes, that's the real problem, right?
Yeah, most definitely. Especially with his Crescent Guard, I think it's called, the ultimate.
Yep.
Him being invulnerable against long-ranged attackers is quite dangerous for
Fun
us.
fact, since you're not the one streaming, you can always just hover over the ability icons, you know, and then you can be like, oh, it has this cooldown and this scaling, and I'm so smart, and actually you're just, you know.
Oh, that's clever. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
talking about clever ganks, it is a 2 versus 3, and Cerberus will realize that it is indeed not clever to engage this one. The Ornhorn will be able to keep Inspire just long enough in place to give another kill to the ADC, and this is exactly what I just talked about, right? Transitioning the lead to your carries.
Exactly. And he wasn't even involved here. It was not even the Xin Zhao. But at least, I guess, we get a turret for the price of the kill on Inspire. He has teleport, so he might be able to get some of the wave on the second turret. But no, I think it falls too quickly, so Cerberus has to pick it up. Yeah, let's see. They might just rotate top to get the next turret here. We don't really have any pressure. That's very unfortunate. And Darky should be very careful.
Well, he should
get
be
out,
able, to just get out here. That is good enough. But yeah, I mean, if you get ahead, then all the outer tier 1 turrets will eventually fall. I think that's what we are seeing right here. So let's look at the bright side and let's look at the possible comeback and win con mechanics here. Now, I think the obvious one should be Dragon, right?
Yeah, most definitely. We have an opening to get, like, let's say the third dragon we get sneakily by just Cerberus being first at the Drake again and just stealing it away, and then we just have to pray and get the fourth one. And Hextech Soul might just be enough to overcome this quite big difference at this point. It's like 3.5k gold.
Exactly. You can press N to see like numbers to see the objective cooldowns in case you didn't know. Just making sure you can work with all the info that you need here.
Doesn't work for me right now, but I am sure I can fix that. Yeah.
Yeah, no worries. The most important thing is 50 seconds until the dragon, and of course we are in Division 3 here. Most teams here are pretty strong, so we will see them contest the mid lane priority for this dragon. And again, it's kind of a stupid gamble, right? Do we contest mid lane ourselves and try to be there first? Because if we don't, well, we will... Oh my god, it's a disaster right now. Kula Lobely flashing over the wall, and they, aka IntSport, are here. And they are just dominating this one, honestly.
Most definitely. That was a... Well... In Germany, would say a shitload of damage. I don't know if you said the same, but that was absolutely incredible. And they are looking to actually end the game here on 17 minutes. That would be horrendous. Or that would not be good for the mental of the second game here.
Well, with the paranoia, we might be able to, you know, stop them.
They
in
take
their
no
tracks.
damage. Holy shit.
So
oh my god.
But come on,
yeah, they're just beating us with the...
Get the shutdowns! Look at the Xin!
With their wallets at this point.
He has a 650 shutdown! Everybody is kind of low, but they can just turn.
No.
How is alone there, will die. Everybody here has to escape. Of course, Jinx with the resets.
Nice shutdown.
Inspire. Can he somehow maybe
Come
get
on.
one more?
Come on. Get one more.
It's a word! And he survives for now. Another blop. Come on, one more blop. Come on. No! Flash forward from Ahmed. Inspire
and
almost.
That might just be the game.
No, that's not the game. Come on, Hindu, 5 seconds. I want to believe, but no, let's be honest here.
No, it's over.
This is over.
That was, let's say, a slaughter, but it didn't feel like it for a long time, but in the end, they just flicked it on and kind of just ran through mid lane. I mean, the bot tier 1 is still standing at the end of the game. That's kind of... Yeah, that kind of summarizes this game, I feel like.
That was a really big surprise how this one suddenly ended. Honestly, that was so much firepower here. But I get why so many teams still put a lot of priority on the Jinx. Jinx was picked quite early and basically blind because you didn't know where the Ezreal was going. And still, I feel like even if you know the Jinx is coming, what can you really do against it, right? One small misstep and she gets the reset and her DPS is like the double what it was. It's so annoying to play against, man.
Yeah, most definitely. Jinx is quite strong on the current meta, especially in like not the highest end of tiers, so to say. In pro play, I feel like she can be abused quite hard by some aggressive picks like Lucian Nami or even the Ezreal Karma, who should in theory win, but it's still like a skill check lane, so to say, and like it depends heavily on if Karma can play the bushes right. And yeah, we saw what happens if she gets if her team gets ahead and she can just free fire on the team fights, I feel like.
Yeah, I feel like this game took weird turns when the Nocturne invaded and he did not get the buff. That was quite unlucky. Like, I see the idea there, and of course, well, you have to do something, right? I mean, if you have an idea, you should go for it. I hate if you pick like a super aggressive team comp, but then you're scared of really doing something because, you know, oh no, the enemies are higher than us in the leaderboard and it's not the play, right? But hey, we will take a quick 4-minute break, and once we are back, we will break it down a little bit more, and then we will also get the info on which side we are for the next one. Because hey, Onuris, maybe you were terribly wrong and blue side is the only winning side today. Who knows? We will see.
I might be.
We will see each other after the short break.
Ain't no one like me. Ain't no one like me. Come around me, you see. Come around me, you see. Ain't no one like me. Ain't no one like me. Come around me, you see. Come around me, you see. Ain't no one like me. Ain't no one like me. Come around me, you see. Come around me, you see. Ain't no one like me.
Hello everybody, we are back, and man, Honoris and me, we had a lot to discuss. Those small little mistakes, those game plans, and I think the most important thing that we just talked about, IntSport was the better team in game 1, but honestly they also just played this super normal standard draft, what they probably practiced 1,000 times, and it was just rock solid, and it worked.
Yeah, most definitely. It's yeah, as you said, pretty rock solid standard comp, no real gimmicks or anything. They just kind of played their books, and yeah, I think they just offered Foxnyr to go, hey, let's face each other on standard drafts and see who has the better hands. And I think Foxnyr dodged that ball, so maybe they try it this time. But yeah, we saw INT is pretty good at what they're doing. And here we see the Lucian, which I talked about in the first game.
Okay, Xinzhou again. Oh, okay, now we're cooking. Now we're definitely cooking, apparently. If you do not win with your first headbutt against the wall, just try to go completely outside of the box, or maybe inside the bush. You know, time to let the cat out of the bag. I don't know. Rengar, can we talk about the monkey in the room that is indeed a cat or whatever Rengar exactly is? What is Rengar even? Honoris, you have to help me on that one.
Yeah, I think he's just a big, scary cat for any kind of squishy champion, but I don't know. Do you know which player on their team plays Rengar? Is it top? Is it jungle? Is it maybe something very different? I have no idea anymore. At this point, after seeing the Kog'Maw mid lane, I feel like they could pull out Rengar mid. Rengar support, roaming style, I don't know. What is it?
Well, it is probably just Pyke in disguise and Rengar on bot lane. Now, honestly, I know that in the last split we saw, for example, Master Yi jungle, you know, some stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And usually Cerberus in the jungle, he likes to be, you know, the main carry, the main damage dealer, getting ahead, getting some kills, and just doing his thing. So I would see it on him, especially, I mean, wait, you can tell me if it's otherwise, but Poppy in top lane against Rengar, that's not a matchup you want to play, right?
I don't think Rengar wants to play this game at all at this point.
I mean,
it's the same kind of problems as last game. I feel like Xerath is very immobile. Aziz and Zhao have a very easy time to like force plays on him. Rengar has to be in the right spot at the right time. We will most likely see a Nami or Lulu support here at this point to like boost Lucian in terms of lane prior. I don't know where the Rengar is going. Poppy is top, he can definitely withstand any kind of 1v1 for quite a long time. It's not like an Ornn who's just a tank, so we won't see like Camille, I feel like. Camille loses into Poppy most of the times I've seen her, so yeah, it might just be, well, not Rengar as Pyke in disguise, but he's gonna have to sit in bot lane and get this Lucian ahead, I feel like.
Okay, we are only seeing the first 3 picks for each side, so maybe the 4th and the 5th pick, they will be the glue that keeps it all together. Now, those are a lot of support hovers. The cat gets hovered again, this time the Disney cat and not the Jungle Murder cat.
Oh, no.
And yeah, I was like, that's probably not the pick here. You're saying, oh no, why are you saying oh no?
Yeah, exactly what I said before. We need Lucian to have like some lane priority. Otherwise, Rengar just kind of sits in his jungle and doesn't get to do much so far. Like, he won't gank Poppy because Poppy just W's and goes off. Mid lane is not really an option because Xerath doesn't offer a lot of setup. And I mean, Nautilus had a lot of CC to get Rengar involved, but I would have preferred something to like bully the bot lane, and that is different. Wait a second. If it's actually Poppy support, I take back what I said, because then Kled is definitely a good target to gank.
Well, it is likely going to be Poppy support, that's for sure. Or is it Ornn support? I feel like...
No, I don't think so.
I feel like both really want to be... Where do they even want to be at?
That's the pick. Now we're talking. Okay, back to the side lane we go.
Okay,
back to the side lane.
Okay.
Yeah,
what
I
is
mean,
this?
we have same game as game 1. Now it's the time for Rengar to shine and go top lane. Please, for the sake of God, get your Fiora ahead, play side lane, just push out wave with Xerath, stay at the turret or under tier 2, I don't care. Don't lose the lane the second your tier 2 goes down, and pray for Fiora to become this absolute god of the side lane.
So... Okay, we basically have the top lane intel here, Fiora, Ornn. Fiora is an Ornn hard counter, right? So...
Yes.
Okay, we got that straight. Now, in the jungle, I mean, Rengar, he needs to snowball. He needs to kill every laner to... I mean, in an ideal world, of course. He wants to stack his passive usually, though, because he gets like, what, 20% extra AD or something? That is quite a big number of AD, that's for sure. Now, Xerath mid lane into the Azir is again something I just don't like it, honestly. Do you have any idea why we did go for it, if you can look at the entire picture now?
No, actually, I mean, I don't know. Maybe Cerberus doesn't want to play AP junglers because this was the game to just go Corki and Lilia, Corki and Nidalee. But nah, not Nidalee. We don't have enough setup. Yeah, Corki, Lilia, maybe even Corki Elise at this point to have some kind of setup for Fiora. I don't know. So I guess they had to pick some AP in the mid lane. Otherwise, yeah, just you don't even play against Ornn. They just pick Malphite and you lose at this point. Rengar and AD mid lane and Lucian just lose against Malphite. But how it is, I think Xerath might have a little bit of an easier time than Kog'Maw to withstand these kind of absurd ganks from Azir and Zhao, because he might be able to E Azir mid-air. But yeah, it's still the same. We talked about it in the little break we had. Those immobile mages aren't picked because of champions like Azir, like Tristana, who just jump in on you, push you back, or like CC you long enough for the jungler to come in and, yeah, clean house with you.
I mean, we also have to consider the 2v2. Do you think Rengar considers countering this 2v2? Because, I mean, as you said, of course, don't get me wrong, I would prefer some other, maybe more mobile picks in the mid lane. But yeah, with the current Rengar pick and, you know, with the entire meta and everything as it is, still, if we compare it, the Kog'Maw has his E, it's like a slow field, and Azir just dashes through it and he does not care about movement speed. With the Xerath, as you said, you have the stun, so at least if Azir takes a telegraphed path to do the good old Azir shuffle, you can stun him and just walk out of the range maybe. So, and also, that's my question to you right now. Is it cheaper for Xerath to clear the wave compared to Kog'Maw from range? Maybe that's why the Xerath was picked here.
Maybe that's why. I'm not 100% sure. I think Xerath can definitely handle the mana a little better with his passive, but it's quite literally the same range. I am not 100% sure. I think Kog'Maw's E is the same range as Xerath Q. So yeah, it might be just for having a stun to interrupt Azir, having a little more, well, burst damage in this case. So maybe Rengar can just clean up targets that Xerath gets to poke down. Kog'Maw takes quite a while to poke down targets, in fact, as we saw last game. But yeah, I think we should concentrate on this sneaky level 1.
We are in the next game. The first one was a major win for IntSport. We have to give them that. They played it really well, really standard, but really solid. Now this time, we do have Darky on top lane, and we also do have, more importantly, the invade now. How will this one play out? We will see the two int members here. We will get the ward. I mean, that is a little bit. It's a little something, but nothing too crazy happening.
Yeah, most definitely. Int didn't go for an invade on their own, so we get a ward down, we clear ward. That's a little bit of a win. I would have liked How to just blindly queue into the bush, because we should at least win pretty much every level 1, except maybe the 5v5 if we play it wrong. But yeah, it's fine. We get a little bit of gold on Zeref here, and let's hope that the game starts well for us.
Indeed, indeed. Guys, we need everybody's energy here. Because again, every single win is so important. The most important
Good hook.
What?
Good hook already from Nautilus, forcing the barrier of Zeri. Maybe I was wrong and Nautilus has enough pressure to accelerate the Lucian at this point.
Indeed. I think that was a little bit late for me. I hope I'm not lagging behind. Wait, am I lagging behind? I am lagging behind a little bit. Oh, that's interesting. So excuse me for that one. Looks like my plus on my keyboard doesn't work. Looks like my national flag is not really working on my keyboard right now. What a surprise. The most important one though, for me, I mean, all my eyes are on Cerberus right now because he has a special pick. I also want to highlight his passive real quick, because as you can see, the Bone Tooth necklace is something. It even says he gains extra attack damage for killing Kha'Zix, by the way. That is a fun one. No Kha'Zix in this game, but yeah, the Bone Tooth necklace is the one that we want to focus on. Also, you just saw the use of the Bola here from Cerberus, so he is not first timing this pick, that's for sure. Oh, and Darky on top lane? Really? Did you see the mechanic there with the riposte?
Yeah.
I did not
really
know
good.
that this works, but... Well, that's why he's the master, and I'm just watching and talking about it.
Yeah, maybe jungle isn't the most diverse role, right? You don't get to play all those mechanical intense champions like the top laners. Same for support, most definitely. I know my ins and outs on Lulu and the like, but if it comes to Fiora, I know that it counters Ornn, but not how. And we saw that here.
Exactly.
Good trade.
Yeah, Darky already showing that he knows what he's doing in the matchup. And if we just look on the bot lane now, Cerberus, he might want to find something there. He will not get the second Ebola. He will find enough damage, maybe? No, 2v2, nice. Okay. Can we get one more?
Yeah, we should win this, yeah?
We should win this one, indeed. Ryuk will die to the Rengar again. Cerberus, he is ganking bot lane, but he is making magic happen. Jumping another time, flashing forward here. How? Triple kill for Cerberus! And we take those!
Start. Yes, most definitely. This is what we want to see here. Cerberus getting 3 stacks of his passive already, like 4 minutes into the game. He has a full Tiamat and base. And this might be the game where he can actually pop off.
Oh, he definitely has to now. But that's the fun thing, right? It is so oppressive if you are ahead on the Rengar. He still needs his level 6, don't get us wrong, but if he can just basically jump on everybody and just kill everybody, the only counter, yes, IntSport did get the Steadfast Presence on Volengin, so they have a counter, but Poppy cannot be everywhere, right? Especially in the early game where you are not grouping, so it is all up to Cerberus now to just, in my opinion, hit level 6, press that ult button and just get kill after kill after kill. Especially, look at this juicy Ornn, look at his funny skin even, you know? Especially top lane, get ahead the Fiora, as Onuris already said.
Light misplay from Fiora, but still, we should try to get her at, yeah, as you said. Rengar has to, like, snowball this game now. He is the one with all the gold. He's the one with the super fast clear at this point. He should out-farm the Xin by a long shot. He could invade and try to make that magic happen.
I love that he goes for the dragon early as well, by the way, because the Void Grubbies are not up yet. So if we can just take the dragon now and instantly run over, I want to look at the XP real quick. So yeah, Rengar will not hit level 6 after this dragon, but still, if we can make sure that the Void Grubs are not taken, then it would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, we might be able to, especially because Fiora is level 6 and has to push into Ornn right now. So she might try to contest Xin, but as it seems, nope.
Interesting. Zerberus, he is flashing forward. He has to heal himself. But
very
this
good
could be really good. And even the Rite of the Arcane. Zerberus will not die. That is so important that he does not go back to base here. But instead stays alive. Play. Oh, what a save. Yep. But I was worried, man.
Yeah, most definitely. It was very aggressive. And we all kind of saw what Poppy can do against Rengar. It kind of looked terrible at the start, but we kind of managed to get him out. His Empower W, the Battle Roar, kind of saved him there.
I have to read through the Steadfast Presence here real quick, because I know it does ground. Well, first of all, it has 20 seconds cooldown. Now, Zerberus jumping out of a bush has no seconds cooldown. Like, none. So, but then it is grounding for 2 seconds, and that is basically what we saw here. So basically, when you jump into the Steadfast Presence, you have to wait in your bush for another 2 seconds.
Oh, I don't know if you saw that. I think Zerberus fat-fingered his ult.
Oh, no, nobody saw that. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw it. Nobody saw that. Okay, IntSport. Oh, I hate it, man.
Very important flash.
I hate it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we said, right? He had to stun Azir. He used his E to get a minion, and, well, unlucky timing for him because Xin was right behind the corner, and Azir took advantage of that.
Yeah. So, Rengar invading now, though. I like that play pattern here. To just play around the fed member. I think that's so interesting about the jungle position, right? If you are ahead, Darky, don't do anything stupid there, thank you. Took the play, so that's alright. If you are ahead as a jungler, it is quite different compared to being ahead as a laner, because as a laner, you can just slowly let your opponent bleed out, you can deny him CS on every wave. As a jungler, I feel like it is much more swingy. If you just go AFK and clear your own jungle, you're not doing anything with the lead. But if you take an entire jungle quadrant, like Zerberus is doing here, that is a great way to basically just steal 300 gold from the opposing jungler.
For sure, especially when Int Gaming has no wards or like, so they don't even know it's being taken. And now he can run back into his own blue side jungle and get his own blue. So Xin can't even like split the map in half and try to influence botlane at this point, because he will most likely just go into his empty side of the jungle and see it's all taken.
It is exactly that what is happening right now. And I have to feel bad a little bit for him. Question is, what do you do now if you are IntSport's jungler Libali right now? Do you just gank top lane? Do you waste more time because Fiora is not there anymore? Or do you just backport? Yeah, that was a really good play. I feel like
well,
400 or 500
try and
positive
top.
one.
Yeah, he had to try and get top. Fiora saw that moment. She just backed, bought a bit of items, and now she's safe. Xin has nothing to do and wastes like a minute or something on doing absolutely nothing, not even getting the ward down at the little void grubbies. So we might be able to contest for 4, 5, and 6, hopefully.
Indeed, indeed. Still, we will not have all the void grubs, so we will not have the spawns. That just makes me a little bit sad, but Darky is strong enough just as a champion to be a really big menace in the side lane. The more important question is, who will get the next dragon? Because I still feel like if you just play it perfectly, then you can get a kill before the dragon. And that is what I thought. And this is what I hate about this Seraph pick here. Oh man. I'm sad.
Yeah, he even had his E up, but he just didn't expect it, I feel like. But yeah, who knows? It's exactly as we said. He has to like kind of get the E perfectly timed on him, and now we might even lose all of the grab.
Oh, the Poppy flashing
And-
aggressively here. Cerberus will die. He will give up the shutdown. He tried to scout the bush here. Ahmed will fall to the right of the Arcane. Darky cannot make magic happen. And both bot laners are like, are we the top laners now? Is this our life here?
Yeah, amazing play by Bellinger, but sad for our jungler to go down that way because he had quite a bit to do there. We had to contest those grabs. We now lose all 6, I believe. And that means our Fiora does not have any extra damage on turrets, which kind of hinders the ability to split push very effectively, and at the same time Zeri and Azir get those super annoying double grabs, blocking turret shots, blocking abilities. Yeah, let's see how this goes now.
At least we are taking some of the enemy jungle again, but man, it has to hurt. And it basically all started with the Xerath dying. Now can we make magic happen on bot lane? Cerberus, he knows that he needs to find something, and he will find something here. The curtain call from Henkindu will get the kill there. Even Inspire was almost in range to just back it up in case somebody else joins. And this means we should get the dragon at least. And hey, I never say no to a ocean dragon because the Regen for the Fiora in the side lane will always come in handy.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That ocean drake can help her sustain her mana so much better than anything else, and giving us one of the win cons we so desperately need.
Oh my
at
god,
this point.
Nibali going forward
he's very
here.
aggressive.
He is so confident here. The Poppy is dropping low. Will not die though. This has to be so annoying. Now Inspire has to go hunt the little Yordle, just auto-attacking for the kill to make sure to save the cooldowns. And the Sand Soldiers from Lindland, they have so much range. It is such a strong pick here in the mid lane from IntSport, the Azir. I would hate to be in this matchup for 2 games in a row, man. Azir, such a strong meta pick right now, and we just saw how much he did there, even in the mid lane against Xerath.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty much why all the pros picked him at EWC if Koki and Tristana were gone. And yeah, we see the power of the very, very aggressive pick of Xin Zhao here. We see how much the Poppy can negate all those charges and like stop Cerberus from just moving just by standing there. I mean, he didn't even press the W at the first time, but Cerberus just refused to go in first because he knew if he just goes in, he gets grounded and killed just like that.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing. I mean, we can always talk about how sometimes it's more powerful on a... You know, to talk about your terms, well, this has to wait for a second because Cerberus, nope, he realizes he cannot contest that no matter what, because even the ADC is here. Ryuk had enough of not being invited to the party and just showed up now to the objective. But yeah, it's like something as a support you learn this really early in your career, right? The power of not using a cooldown, the power of being Nautilus or Thresh or Blitz and just walking up and threatening with your hook. And basically for Poppy it's the same, right? She just has to stand there and have her W ready. That's all she needs to do sometimes to deny the Rengar if they know where he's coming from.
Exactly, that's just... it's perfectly described, right? You use your CC ability as CC itself, like not using it, but just pretending to be able to use it just in time. And as we saw time and time again, those players in those divisions are able to use these cooldowns right at the right moment. When this Rengar goes in, he's able to stop him.
Yep.
Now let's see if Lucian gets that kill.
Nope, sadly not, Ahmed. I wasn't even excited. I know Ornn, man. Ornn is so tanky for no reason. I also love how IntSport... Oh, nice snipe there. I love what I just saw happening here. Now Lindland is joining with a TP. How has to get out of there. Valengin making sure, yeah, that Everybody leaves this choke. And it's, it's such a strong pick, man. The Rengar wants to jump in and Valentin is like, nope. But now it's on cooldown for a few more seconds, so Cerberus can jump in there. The turret is going down, so is our support, but also the Azir will die. Now Darky in the top lane, 1v1. He has his grand challenge ready, so he might look for something here. Libely, did you bite off too much with the crashing card? Meanwhile on bot lane, the action is continuing as well. And on the top lane, we sadly didn't see it. I will actually just rewind this real quick and look at the top lane play, just so we can get all the action here in top lane, and yep, that is what it looked like. And suddenly my plus and minus works again on my keyboard. I don't know, but we are live again.
Wonderful.
But we did see a quick glimpse of the 1v1 here. And Honoris, you have to elaborate a bit further. What the hell just happened on the entire map, man?
Yeah, I mean, bot lane definitely got into quite a fight. We killed Zeri, she came back to life, she got some kills, sadly. We kind of overextended there for the Poppy. I saw a great play by Linlen, just pushing back Lucian and Nautilus and getting 1 kill in return before dying. That was quite impressive. But other than that, it was just the Rengar show, I feel like. Even though Poppy stopped him for 2 seconds with his steadfast present, he still continued to hunt down those targets.
Exactly. I also remember when I played competitive myself, I did play some Poppy in the jungle, but again, you cannot stop everybody, and your steadfast presence has a long ass cooldown. So yes, you can stop the Rengar, but that's what I meant, right? The Rengar jump has no cooldown, so you can only stop him for 2 seconds, and you have to make those 2 seconds count. And I feel like Valentin really has to watch out when he uses the steadfast presence. It seemed a bit too early in the last fight. But yeah, looking at the future, of course, and not only talking about what just happened, I don't like that we are likely not getting this dragon. Can we contest it? We certainly want to contest it, and everybody is dropping kind of low there. How?
Never mind.
He will die. Valentin, I think, what is the cooldown here? He still has his steadfast presence ready. Cerberus looking for a flank here. Dragon goes down, and now Rengar might be in trouble. Cerberus will get hit by Wind Becomes Lightning. He will get just grouped up upon. I see 3 blue HP bars and I see no red HP bar left there. This is a bit sad.
Yeah, that was, let's say a little bit over-eager on his part. Then just popping the sweeping lance and seeing someone is hiding in that bush, and yeah, we all know who it was. Cerberus paying with his life for being, well, a little bit aggressive after losing the team fight and then trying to maybe pick up a Zeri or the Xin Zhao alone. But as we saw, that was not the case. They stayed together, they hunted down the kitty cat, and now Darky is left on the side lane trying his very best this time to push that lead further into the turrets, but it is so hard when all of the rest of the map is pretty much winning at this point.
So the gold is still even. If you look at the top of the screen, you can see that both teams are hitting 35k in just about now. You know, we are even ahead a little bit, but you know, it doesn't really matter. That 200 gold advantage, nobody cares about that at this point. Why are we having this lead? And well, hint hint, it is top lane and it is a lot, but as you said,
it is all in the top lane, yeah.
Yeah, what can we make
2,000 gold.
What can we make?
Well, as I said, we have to kind of shadow him, try to force into the mid lane, try to force this kind of Nayram, as we called it. And
oh my god, Cerberus
well,
just explodes
that was
out of
not
nowhere.
The kind of jump you want to do.
Oh no, it is obliteration. Inspire is the only one that stays alive to tell the tale. What went wrong there?
Well, that was just way too deep. Yeah, that, I don't know. You don't jump under turret when Poppy and Zeri are just there to protect the Xin, and we saw what happened. He just gets popped. He has so much damage, but his HP bar drops so fast. Well, now it's time to defend our base, and let's hope this time we don't get just swept over with a single push. At least we're like in the timing of Nesher now, so that's better than the game before already, and we have a win con on the side lane still. I mean, she's still ahead, what, nearly 2k gold now, 1.7 I think, and maybe she can put it on her back and carry us, but it's gonna be so hard now with Nesh.
Fiora, the Grand Duelist, has to completely pop off this game. Or we have to find a sneaky catch, who knows. We are in a 2v2 right now, but of course Zeri will be there to just join. And it is only our bot lane here. How? He did not find what he was looking for here.
Oh.
Lindl in the 1v1 with Cerberus, and Cerberus has to somehow survive this one. And I don't think he will be able to get out of this one. Nope, just a question of time. No.
Yeah, that looks kind of sketchy here. It was a nice try of Cerberus to get the Lindland, but yeah, this Crescent Guard 2 games in a row seems to be a real deal breaker for the boys. They just don't really deal with it very well in the 4v4. Fiora might be able to duel the Xin Zhao, but no one else is, and thus he just blocks all the damage coming from Zeref and Lucian again.
100%. It is a tough situation to be in. 4k gold lead now for IntSport, and of course if we ignore the top lane that is not there in the 4v4, then yeah, it is even worse. Like much worse, also considering that the Ornn will be able to upgrade the items for his team. Yet, we did get 2 dragons in the early game, so we have more time for the split push to really do any damage, to find damage. Now, talking about finding stuff, how? It is just from behind. He will get blown up. Cerberus will get blown up. Henkindu will get blown up as well. Inspire flying away and trying to maybe get one, but I just do not see us contesting this dragon here. I don't see it, man.
Yeah, I am also worried about them just pushing in the bot side now. It's 26 seconds on Inspire, our actual wave clear. But they decide not to take that. They play it safe, they get the dragon. They saw Fiora backing, so it's just a very collected and very cool kind of gameplay here. Int taking everything from the map, being ahead now. 7.3k gold. That's gonna be quite a tough wall to climb up now.
100% I have to agree with you. But still, I feel like we are in a much better spot compared to the last game. We have the win con of Zeref just one-shotting somebody or dealing a lot of chunk damage, and then maybe finding the engage, while of course Darky keeps Ahmed in the side lane, keeps him busy. Maybe trying, you know, to let them walk into us or to contest the waves or something instead of just finding a catch, because clearly this has not worked so far. But again, we also need to contest the waves kinda, right? So, tough spot to be in.
Yeah, it's tricky. We see Ahmed doing the missing thing onto the brush. He knew exactly that he wasn't alone. They're playing very calm, collected. He's just using his ult to deal with the wave, but now
can we find
time.
it? Darky, survive, please! No, Darky will go down, and this
And now
means...
we're 3v4 in the mid lane.
Yes, this means they will find
Not
the
really
engage.
easy.
Nautilus will die. The minions are knocking on top lane, on mid lane, on the door, and they're like, hello, please open up your base. We want our team to find the success that we need. Cerberus will walk away with the thrill of the hunt. But meanwhile...
I feel like that was a very wild TP from Azir. Oh, well, never mind. It's just the Zeri show at this point. It is insane. This champion, so much agency, so many options to like get in, assassinate people.
And this is it. I hate to say it, but this has to be GG. This has to be the game. And not gonna lie, I am a bit disappointed here, but I think, of course, the players themselves are feeling no different. No way they are not disappointed as well. But here we are with a 2-0 and GG's to IntSport. Of course, they played it beautifully.
Yeah, nothing else to say here. For their part, Xinjiao doing an amazing job again at accelerating the game pace. Azir just being an absolute wall, pun intended,
Yeah,
game
that's
after
true.
game. And Zeri just popped off being the let's say very nice electric lady who just kind of pops off after 2 items and suddenly one-shots their whole team.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
sad to see them lose like this, but at least we can definitely say Darky looked so much better on the PRR, has so much pressure. I definitely saw them kind of have the ability to come back after the Nash even, but as we saw, Asi and Xinjiao just popped off, took those fights, and kind of sealed the deal for us.
Yeah, 100%. I want to have a look at the... Can I say it? I want to have a look at the leaderboard, at the current group real quick, and I want to prepare that in just a second, because, you know, doing all the production stuff, and where are the... There is the group. Okay, there we can finally talk about it. So I can just jump over in a second. Wait, where do I put it? I put it here so I can see it, and I will stream it like this so you can see it perfect. And then we can talk a little bit about the current standings, because those are getting important. So beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. You don't need to see us or anything. You only need to see the leaderboard. That's enough.
Yeah.
Oh man. Okay, what are we seeing here? Now, of course, we need to somehow get into the second last spot, because if we don't, we will just drop to Division 4. And we fought so hard for the last 2 splits to just get there. And the only match left for us is Ace Gaming. But Ace Gaming themselves, if we look at it, they have quite a lot of games left. I think, yeah, they have to lose against Swiss Ghosts. They have to lose against Bobo. They have to lose against Roar. That one is also not played yet. And then we have to win against them in the next week. It all kind of depends on Ace's performance now. That is just how it is.
Yeah, we're kind of in the sad spot of being, well, what do you call it? Dependent on them losing instead of us winning, I guess. They have like 6 more games than us, so we just have to pray and see them lose at least 4, if I'm correct. And then if we win the head-to-head 2-0, we might still be 7th place. I don't know how that works exactly, but
Yep.
just from my idea, that should be the rule that gets applied here. Other than that, yeah, it's kind of doomed for us so far. I think Ace is the only game left we have, right?
Exactly. If we look at our games, we played with only a single win against Kanji to split. And it is only Ace left in basically 1 week on the default date so far on the Sunday. So same time as today, just in a week. But still, so far, I mean, I want to stay hopeful, okay? So far, Ace went 1-5. Wait, who did they win against? They won against Divisen even. Okay, that is funny, because Divisen is the first in the group right now. That's a funny one then. So we have to pray. Ace Spades has to lose every single matchup, like 0 wins for them. And then if they are 1-11 as well, next week and we can maybe win 2 against them and then still secure the second last spot. But of course, a lot of whens and ifs and yeah, quite a tough one. But honestly, I feel like IntSport just deserved those 2 wins today. Cannot say it any other way right now.
Yeah, most definitely. They played better on the day. I feel like we had some outs there. First game looked doomed after they got the Herald and after the missed opportunity on the invade, but the second game was definitely in our hands for a time, and then even when it got kind of, yeah, stolen from us, I feel like, we still had those nice win conditions from Fiora, and yeah, they just played a little bit better and had the engage open for us and caught us off guard. But yeah, as you said, Ace, even though they won a game against Division, I feel like there is a good chance they might not take any of the other teams, and even if they do, if they don't win them but go even 1-1, we still have the head-to-head to them, and if we win that, that's kind of like 4-game swing, like them losing 2, us winning 2. So it might still be in our hands at the end of this very, very long road.
Exactly. Guys, I think that was it today. So thank you to everybody that has been watching. Of course, thanks to you, Honoris, for being really quick to, you know, answer the call. It was a pleasure to have you here, commentating, seeing and hearing your insights. But yeah, unluckily enough, that wasn't our day, I think.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was a pleasure to be here. First time casting with you. Definitely was a fun experience. Great games to watch at least, and let's hope for a few wins on next week's Sunday or whenever the game takes place.
Exactly. If you want to be up to date when they take place, then you have those beautiful links down there. You can leave a follow everywhere and you will be informed. Of course, you could also follow me, and I will also retweet it every time. Maybe I'll be with Onuris, maybe I'll be with Moxie, maybe with somebody else entirely. Who knows? I don't know yet. I just know that I have to closely follow Ace now, and as sad as it is, pray for them to just lose everything from here on. Guys, we will see each other on the next weekend. Have a great rest of the weekend and a good start into the week, of course. Bye-bye.